It's Talk Funny. And now, the guy who really wore me out last night. Past midnight. I mean, seriously? 200 emails in 1 hour? Here is Mark Bailey.
Mark Bailey, Mike Miller, and Talk Funny. We're broadcasting this meeting. I called Mike in for a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, do you know why I called you in for the meeting?
No.
Apparently, our organization is not using time efficiently.
Oh, really?
And I was just wondering if you had any ideas during this meeting how to manage our time more efficiently. I mean, I noticed that you're in the meeting and you're actually not working or writing or anything.
Do you think
Why do you think that is, Mike?
Do you maybe because I'm in a meeting?
So, but like when you get out of the meeting, the next time you're invited to a meeting, how could you be more efficient without just missing the meeting?
You're asking impossible questions here. This is impossible.
I actually don't like that last comment. I think we need a meeting about the meeting and your comment during the meeting. What do you think about that? Do you think that would help efficiency?
How about we just pretend we had a meeting and not have a meeting?
But Mike, you're not.
How about we have a meeting in the imagination?
But you're not writing enough material. I mean, I think you need a lot of time and space to write material for your next set. And I'm just wondering, like, why you're not doing that right now?
You don't think I could do that right? Why don't I do that right now?
I mean, you're suggesting that you should be able to write and prepare during the meeting?
Yes.
We're going to have another meeting about that. So our point is we hate meetings.
Yeah.
And the managers are always telling us we're not using our time correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And we're wasting a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now we are. We are in the meeting. So after the meeting, I want you to get your 2 hours back. And then I want you to be more efficient. You know, I could have written a novel in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I could have written...
How many jokes?
An hours of material in 2 hours. I could be in Tokyo by now.
You could have been You could have been a contender. You could have been a contender in 2 hours.
From Nagoya to Tokyo, I could be in less than 2 hours. I could be in Tokyo by now.
That's right.
Doing a new job by now.
Yes.
Like, get off your phones during the meeting. Please don't be on your phone during the meeting. Now, I'm looking for my next job right now. So we think we want to have a meeting about making meetings more efficient. So, Mike, how many meetings should we have about making meetings more efficient?
How about no meetings about making meetings more efficient?
Yeah, we were talking about Tim Ferris and his advice in the
4-hour work week. Yeah.
And actually, this is good advice. Some of his advice is ridiculous.
Yeah,
said,
a lot of it's ridiculous.
Lay down on the floor. And lay down on the floor.
Yeah.
At your workspace.
And squeal like a pig? Or
just lay down, and people ask you what you're doing, don't answer them. Good way to get in the emergency room.
I know someone who did that. One of our mutual friends who did that when an English teacher, in the teacher's room.
And then when you get
I think you might know who he is, too, yeah.
I'm not sure who that is.
Well, I'll tell you later.
Still alive?
Still alive.
Why did this person do this?
Well, because he didn't want to work, I guess.
Guess what? On the 5th floor, would you get popsicles in the hospital?
I think he's about soon to get a popsicle up there.
You don't have to work.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's bad advice.
Mm-hmm.
Good way to get fired.
Yeah.
It looks like you have a seizure.
Well, you're going to have 4 hours of work for sure, because you're going to get fired. You're going to get fired after the 4th hour.
Get fired before the 5th hour. That's 4 hour
That's
work.
That's it.
But one of his pieces of advice that I liked is he said, the worst waste of time is to go to a meeting. So tell the boss to call the meeting. I really want to go to the meeting, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm crying.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the meeting about anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll decide that during the meeting. How long is the meeting? I mean, is it a fixed time? Well, it's between 1 and 5 hours. All right. Then I'll never get back. What did you say? Then I'll never get back. What did you say? I love baby back ribs. That's what I said. Then I'll never get back. Okay, and so you don't know how long it's going to last. You don't know what you can. So who's going to be talking? Well, I'll be talking most of the time. Okay, but I'm talking to you right now. What do you want to tell me? Well, it'll be in the meeting. All right, but unfortunately, God, wow, the coincidence. What time is it?
I got something that day. I got something that day.
I can't make it at 10 a.m. Yeah. No, the meeting's at 2 p.m. I meant 2 p.m. I can't make it that day. I can't make it at 2 p.m. No, we can move it actually to 10 a.m. No, I can't make it Thursday. No, it's Tuesday. I'm sorry, what day is it? Tuesday. Yeah, busy. What day is it? Mike, what day is it? I'm busy. What is it? I'm
Friday.
busy.
Yeah. Friday.
I'm Friday busy. I'm Friday busy.
One day.
So Tim Ferris said, ask him, once you decide how long the meeting was, after you have it, and what you concluded from that, and what was useful from the meeting. I'd really love to hear that.
Mm.
I'd really love to read that in an email.
Yeah.
I could delete and never read, which is very good advice.
Yeah.
Because I work at universities, 3 departments, and they'll send me, we talked about cameras in the classroom, they'll send me 5 PDFs
Yeah.
each, so 15 PDFs. And they all say the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll send an email of what they're saying
Mm-hmm.
in the PDF. So I already read the email. Now I have to open the PDFs, which is a memory hog,
Oh.
which is taking up my memory again.
Yeah.
And then, so I just delete everything. So I get an email from my supervisor, and he said, what did you think about the PDF I sent you? You mean the PDF? In 1 year, I have 3,000 PDFs
Oh
from one
my
university.
God.
And I said, what do you think was most important about what you sent? I don't
And
know what
which
he's talking
page?
about. I didn't-
And which page would that be on, by perchance?
He goes, I don't have it in front of me. And I said, yeah, also don't have that in front of me. It's actually, it's actually in trash. But he said, somebody had a question. They said there was a typo. And I said, nah, I didn't see any typos because I didn't see any PDFs. I didn't see any emails. And that's the secret to working at a university. Don't read their email. Because if it's important, somebody's going to catch you in the ball and go, you know what? We said don't slaughter goats anymore, and you're still slaughtering goats, Mike.
Yeah.
So kind of maybe if you would not go ahead and not do that again.
That would be great.
We talked about it. You were
great.
at the meeting, unfortunately. And did you get the memo? We sent you 15 times. Yeah, I think I got it. I'll send you it again. But anyway, but what was the gist of the meeting? The gist of the meeting is we are not getting much done because we have a lot of meetings. Yeah, I kind of knew that before I went there. I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say that reminds me, when you're saying that, it reminds me of one of my schools as well, as I only teach there a short time, and I'm on the email server, with all the emails going about all the levels of school, all of the different classes, all of the years, and I just can't follow it. If I followed it, 90% of it doesn't relate to you, and as soon as you start looking through them, you're just going to be like, it's going to be an hour, and it's not going to be anything that helps you in your job, because you're not a full-time teacher, right? Like when you're a full-time teacher, you kind of got to know what's going on because you're there all the time. You're there for the special events. You're there doing this and doing that. But if you're just a part-time teacher and you're just showing up, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, sometimes you don't know what's going on. So you can't be reading all these emails.
So, Mike, for your Wednesday class, if you really want to keep it, we're going to have a meeting about your Wednesday class on Monday.
Yeah.
But I'm not there on Monday. Well, if you want your Wednesday class, you'll be there on Monday. But I'm not available on Monday. No, but this is about your Wednesday class.
Yeah.
You don't want it?
Yeah.
Could I come on Wednesday? No, because you have class then. You can't come to a meeting then.
This is like Catch-22 all over again.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Major.
You had a thing in your act, which you finally admitted. You talked about Bob and how he avoids meetings. But you told me Bob might be you.
Yeah. Yeah, Bob.
Bob hates meetings.
Bob hates meetings. He really does. No, I mean, these meetings can be useful if they have a purpose, but the problem is a lot of times meetings are held by administrators to make themselves feel more important. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to feel like I'm in charge, so you come and listen to me, basically.
And the Japanese style, if people are not familiar with, what you do is the chairperson states the problem. We are not using our time effectively to fill out the reports. All of us, myself included, we're all late in our reports. And we can't seem to find the reason that we don't have time. Thank you for coming during your time, by the way, this meeting. We don't know why we don't have time to fill out the reports. So we're going to have a lot of meetings about this to see if we have more time to fill out the reports. And then they go, so we're going to go around the room.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what do you think? Well, I kind of agree with the chairperson, that we don't really have enough time to fill out the reports, and I really have no idea. Glad to be at this meeting. I'm in free time, by the way, but I have no idea. I have no clue. Okay, let's go to Cody. I agree with everything that's been said Like what? What's been said so far? Well, whatever has been said so far. I wasn't listening, actually, and I do think we probably need to manage our time more efficiently. But having less or few of certain things, I really have no opinion on that. Well, let's go around the room and finally get the mark and like, maybe we're having too many meetings. All right, let's strike that from the record.
Karakuchi. But then there's the teacher that's asleep, because there's a thing in Japan called inemuri as well. So you go, when I used to have meetings at the school I used to work at, there'd be 2 or 3 teachers who just have their heads like completely bent over, just snoring, literally in the middle of the meeting. So it was like inemuri. They look on it favorably. They're like, oh, he must be working it so hard, but he's still here at the meeting. And the way I look at it is like, just don't have the meeting. Let the guy go home and have a nap,
Yeah. We have another university I work at, and they have a meeting. It's a very nice department, and they have a meeting. I have no problem with this place, with this department. They like me a lot. I've worked there for, 25 years. And they really like me because they can give me, at first they were sending me like, Bailey Sensei, we're really sorry. Usually had 30 people classes. But we would either not give you a class or we give you a 50-person class. What would you like? Maybe class, please? And then next year is, really sorry, if you don't want to teach a 70-person class, give it to somebody else. Are you okay with that? Yes, please. May I have another? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then now it's up to 150 people.
Wow.
And then they introduced me. They said, it doesn't matter how many students we throw at him. He manages them. Yeah, because it's more pair work.
Yeah.
It's less work for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a meeting, and we have to come in and dress in suits. And we have the meeting, and the chairman, and everybody speaks. And this is a department, and I've only met 5 people in this department in the office. But at this meeting, there's 180 people.
Yeah. You never met in your life.
Doing? Your accountants.
Do you have to do the aisatsu, where you'll get up and,
And Jiko Shokai is
Shokai.
Self-introduction. And then
for 189 people, you're like, yeah, I'm going to remember all their names.
It's excruciating, and then you get like a free bottle of tea, maybe a cracker.
Yeah.
And then it's 3 hours out of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're trying to be interactive. So people you've never met from the office, they come down and they go like, so Billy Sensei, so how's your class? Oh, I like it. Blink my eyes. You're treating me fine. I got plenty of water. SOS. No, but if you had any complaints or anything, the subtext is, we can get Mike. We can get somebody else. So you have any complaints, Mike?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
No, I'm serious, Mike. Seriously, if you had...
No, I'm great.
No, but I don't think you're hearing me. I mean, if there's anything...
No. I'm good.
Like, not even one time?
I'm good.
Like, one student didn't cough?
No, they were all wonderful. They're all angels.
Because, if that happened, you could tell me and it would never get back to anybody.
Really? You'd make it easier for me?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? You're here to? Are you saying you're here to help me?
I've got to report to my superior in about a minute, but it would never get to anybody. Am I running too fast for you?
If there's anything we know about Japan, it's that secrets they never travel around the office at all. No. People don't gossip at all in Japan.
And so I had like one guy for 40 minutes, very friendly guy. He brought me another tea, and he's like, no, but seriously, did you have any problems? And I said, I've been here for 25 years. I love it here. I know how to teach the students. Mm. But is there anything difficult about teaching them? And I said, well, I could tell you, but I have to kill you. No. I said, no. It was difficult my first year, and I'm fine. Well, what happened your first year? I said, you probably weren't even born then. You're 24. I said, it doesn't matter. No, but something you had trauma in your first year. I said, no.
Trauma in your.
I didn't speak Japanese that well, and now I understand Japanese, and I understand how to handle large classes, and I prefer them.
Yeah.
Oh, you prefer them? Yeah. So, like, you have 150 now. What if you had 400? It's fine. 500? Yeah, bring it on. 700? I said, what does that classroom look like? Is it a stadium? I said, 700. Sign me up. What if you had 1,000? Would that be too many people for conversation? I said, in Japan, 5 people is too many for conversation. No, but you could teach 1,000. I said, yeah, but I'd like to be there the whole day, divided up. Maybe can you teach the whole population of Japan? Just one comment. We'll just pay you for 90 minutes.
Can you teach them to sing in perfect harmony?
130 million Japanese. I prefer to do it in stages and individually and per coma, if you don't mind, because it is my living. I mean, he goes like, you could teach 10,000. I said, by 10,000, I think we're talking stadium ticket prices. So
We get Ticketmaster getting involved in this. Live Nation
job or something with that. I think we have helicopters involved by that point. They said, so you can teach 10,000 people? And I said, for one coma? Now you're being silly. 200, 500, fine. 10,000, you're being a little silly here.
Yeah.
Curb your enthusiasm. You're being a little silly. But they were fishing for
oh, really? Huh?
And they're like, there's nothing? What about the lounge, where your locker is, and then you have to sign in? Think it's too small? And I said, I think it's just right. It's just right. Yeah, what about the secretary? She's not mean. Oh, I love her. What's her name? I don't know her name. I don't know her name either, but I love her. She's great. What about, we have tea there. Is it the right temperature? It's the perfect temperature. Get off my ass. So I'm actually not going to this year's meeting.
Oh, yeah?
Because I feel like I'm being recorded. Probably am.
Yeah.
No, I'm just theoretically, Mike. I know you love it here at Jeju University. I know you love it here.
We don't know this place.
But if you didn't love it here,
yeah.
Let's say one thing that would be like, I didn't have enough. What would it be? I know it didn't happen, but what would it be?
I'm fine. I'm great. Wonderful.
No, but if there's a fly in the tea, that'd be okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, what kind of fly?
How about a million flies in your tea?
Million flies?
Okay.
Maybe I could deal with that. Am I going to get a raise for a million flies in my tea? No.
Pay you the same.
All right. Maybe 10,000 flies. I can deal with that.
And then you bring your bike to the university, and every week it gets stolen.
No, I'm good with that. I want to try new bikes. I could use a new bike.
No, it would
trade
up
a little
bit.
Not really. Hey, that's just the way things are.
So you hate bikes.
Yeah, kind of. I don't like bikes. What do you think about bikes?
Well, I think that anything we can do to make your experience better. I just feel like you're not content. I know you're saying that you really like it here and everything, but what if we can make it better?
It is better.
Build back better for someone else. What if we can make Jeju University better?
That'd be great.
How can we make it better, Mike?
I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
No,
I'm happy.
I was asking you. Like maybe, could we expand facilities? Would that be good?
I don't know. What do you think?
But it would be good, though, right?
Sure. But they're fine the way they are.
Complaining about the facilities? so we're too small? All right, go to my report. You complain? That's what's like.
We found him.
So I'm not going to the meeting. They're just fishing, and they're fishing for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah?
No, but seriously, you had a bad student? No, I didn't say that. But you've had bad students. Is it? No, you've had? No, I don't teach. I'm an administrator. You've had bad students. It's, well, never at Jeju. No. Never here. No. But you had bad students that might affect your teaching and your, attitude. No, it doesn't. Actually, I didn't have bad students. Everybody's been perfect. Everybody's great. I even passed a dead guy. He went to Jeju, and I never met him. And
he went up to Jeju. That's where they all go.
And the dean told me to give him an A+, so I did. So I really like it here. Etunimewa, blink in my eyes, SOS. SOS is 3 dashes, 1 dot, 1 dash.
Do you then ask them you hear is everyone doing well in the department? Is there anyone who's looking a little taking medications, or is anyone who's looking a little down?
So Mike, when did you stop hating our students at JJ? When did you stop beating your wife? I ask this question in class. I always have fun with the cute girls, and I ask about the part-time job, and they go, I work at a shop. I'm like, well, I kind of do too. It's a sweatshop.
Sweatshop.
I said, what shop do you work at? And she's being ambiguous. I said, so when did you quit Yoshinoya? I never quit Yoshinoya. So you still work there? I don't work there. So you quit? When did you quit? Yeah, I quit. You quit, so you work there. So it's like to be in New York District Court? Said, no, I never. She goes, no, seriously, how do I answer that? So when did you stop beating your boyfriend? I never stopped. You've been doing it continuously. No, I never did it. So you did stop. So you stopped? When did you stop? No, I never stopped. And I never started. But you wanted to. But I would tell them, and they get a kick out of it. But I say, that's why with your answers, be interested with your answer. I work at a clothing shop, and I drop the clothes on the floor a lot. And I just put them back on the shelf. I don't clean them. That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
My sister just contacted me about a place we both worked at called Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know she worked there, and she told me recently, and she goes, I love the salad. Salad smelled really good, and the pizza was delicious. And I said, well, you have a different experience from what I did. He was a mob guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was a very antisocial, passive-aggressive guy.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped the pizza in front of a customer, face down. The pizza is face down on the floor.
Linoleum thing.
He picked it up, put it back in the box, gave it to me, said, give it to the customer. That's the day I quit. I said, the customer just saw you. He goes, you're talking back to me? He's actually talking. I said, you're talking back to me. You know who you're talking to? And I said, yeah, a guy just dropped the pizza in front of a customer. The guy goes, do I get it? I owe money? And he goes, yeah, no discount. He's like 20 feet from the customer, and I'm looking at the customer. Customer saw me. Customer saw him drop it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the customer. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? WTF?
Yeah.
And he goes, give it to him and get the money. I'm going to leave it on the table, and you get the money. He saw you. I walked up to the customer, and I said, you saw what just happened? He goes, yeah. What did he say? I said, I'm supposed to get the money from you. He goes, F you and F him. And I said, no F me. I quit. He goes, I'll give you a ride home.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
And then my sister said, I worked there later. She worked there later.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, the salad smelled so good. And I said, no, I hope you didn't eat the salad. He took the leftovers from people's tables. He washed the salad.
Oh!
I said, it's funny how we can both work at the same place and have totally different experience. That guy was an a-hole. She goes, yeah, but the wife was nice. Yeah, she was nice.
Mm.
But I worked with him.
Mm-hmm.
He would teach me. He taught me how to make pizzas and stuff. I already knew. I worked at Mazio's, some other places, and I put it was a sandwich. I put it in, and they said, we don't want mayonnaise on the hero sandwich, just toasted bread. So toasted bread, and they want the meat toasted. It's all toasted in the oven. He pulls it out, puts mayo, puts it back in. I said, they didn't want mayo. He goes, why didn't you tell me? I said, why didn't you ask me? It's on the order. It's on the order. He said, no mayo. He goes, well, I thought you forgot. I said, I fulfilled the order. And he goes, well, you make it now with no mayo, and then you apologize because you were late. And then wash the salad. So I threw everything out. I just said, no, I didn't leave anything.
Oh, yeah.
Said, no, I saw there was a lot of green in there. I said, I don't know, I dropped it. Well, drop it, and you, just like a pizza, you wipe it off, and you reserve it. The guy was scumbag.
That guy was a scumbag.
Then I quit on the night of the pizza incident.
Did you do did you call like the health department?
No, that's actually,
yeah?
I quit, and he goes, you can walk out, but you don't get any of your pay. And I said, yeah, but I have a customer, and I got his phone number. I said, I'm actually going to file a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
The
Health board, yeah.
Also, his liquor license, he can lose that.
Yeah.
So he gave me his phone number. He took me home, and I said, he goes, yeah, you should do this. He goes, that guy's not going to pay you, probably. And then I came back, and his wife is there, and she goes, yeah, I've been told not to pay you. And I said, I have a name card from the health official, Brooklyn, New York, the health department.
Yeah.
And they're coming at 7 p.m. tonight. So you pay me. And she goes, what? If I pay you, they don't come. I said, they're coming. They're coming. They're coming. But I'm a witness. So I might be nice. I might be not nice. You only owe me like $84.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Some people are such skinflints. Oh, my God.
Imagine how much washed salad you could buy with $84.
I don't know. Some people were so greedy. They just $10, and they'd kill a man for $10. You know, like I mean.
And actually, I was working there when the afternoon that Reagan was shot.
Oh, wow!
And we were watching it on TV, and he goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry that happened. Now people probably aren't going to come in." Because he glued to the TV.
What a nurse.
That's what's important. We don't even know if Reagan's dead or not.
What a narcissist.
We didn't know he was dead or
That's
not.
like you might be working for a narcissist. This is really bad for my business.
It's like, your aunt was an alcoholic and she died of alcoholism. And that's a real, that's too bad. But I mean, the real sin is that she left all the bottles for me to pay. It's like your joke. It's like, I know you want to end your life and everything, but you're jumping in front of the train, not just any train. You're jumping in front of my train. You're making me late. I didn't have anything to do with your sad life. Why are you taking it out on me? Why is it all about me? I heard a really great joke.
Mark Bailey at yahoo.com.
The guy, the comedian, he goes, tried to get into the Auschwitz Museum.
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a horrible thing. It's just 6 million Jews died and tricked into walking in the shower, and they were gassed to death. And I dropped my ticket, and they wouldn't let me in. It's like, why me? Why are you persecuting me? Why me? God, God, feel sorry for me.
That is so good. It's true though. That's the sad thing about that. It's true. There are people like that. Yeah. Well, that sounds like maybe that's from his act. What he did.
I recommend his act.
His Jew. It was called.
It's called Jew.
Yeah. I heard it's good.
It's just amazing. He dissects the Bible. And I can validate all this stuff. I've talked to rabbis about this, and
apparently he checked it out with the rabbis before he did it.
Yeah.
He was saying there was stuff. He said some of the rabbis would say, he was Orthodox, right?
He studied for 4 years.
He left his family because they were all Orthodox, right?
It cost $1 million.
Wow.
He had a bit about. We'll close with this. He had a bit about, Jews. They're forbidden from eating pork, but they have the rabbinical meetings. And you have the Torah, which is the Bible, first 5 books of the Bible, and you also have the Talmud, which is all the
law, right?
Discussions,
commentaries, kind of, yeah.
And they said, is it impossible that a Jew, like if he accidentally ate pork, would he go to hell? And they said, well, there's a instance where, we're cooking matzo ball soup, and this has happened. It's happened a few times in Jerusalem. You cook a matzo ball soup, which is kosher, and then some Arab will come in, or some hoodlum or some Gentile will come in and just toss a piece of ham into the matzo ball soup. Like, how often does this happen? Are you paying them? And he goes, yeah. So technically, if you didn't know that, then if you eat the soup, but you don't eat, and you see pork, and you don't eat the pork, but the pork is already permeated the soup.
Yeah.
But you're not guilty.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know.
That's almost like the Shabbos goy, right? Okay, I want you to come here tomorrow when I'm not here, and I want you to throw pork.
That's exactly his joke. That's what he said. And he goes, so, it's happened. And then another rabbi would say, but Rabbi, it happened in your neighborhood 5 times in a week.
Those Arabs, they get in there.
These Gentiles, they're diabolical. It's like, we don't want to eat pork. They're making us eat pork. It's like, or you could throw out the matzo ball soup and say, why take a chance? Why waste? Ari Shafir, he wasn't that funny, but this is his Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
He made it. This is his gold medal.
Yeah, I used to listen to his podcast, and I used to see him
fantastic.
on. That's good. I've heard it's good, but he did it for. I think he went to the Edinburgh Festival with that, so he did it like a lot. So he probably polished it really, really into a great act.
He polished it because he used to not be that funny, and he would just do.
He was kind of doing shock humor a lot, like on Rogan, he'd be peeing in a bottle and stuff like that. It's just that I don't get that. Once I took a dump in Rogan's studio or something in the hallway. Like, I just don't get that. Like, that's supposed to be funny. But
this special is called Jew. I think I saw it on YouTube. Or maybe Netflix.
I'll have to check it out.
It is just seamless. I mean, he lived his whole life to do this. He's the perfect guy. He can make fun of Christians, Jews, Arabs,
everybody.
He knows religion.
He knows religion inside out.
Yeah. He did a story about when Jesus multiplied the bread and the fish, and the Jews in the audience are like, how about less bread and more fish? You can't do fish, you have to do equal. He's like, who are you to question the Lord? Like, we're not questioning, just a little bit too much of the bread. Oh, he's the one he actually did. I mentioned this. He goes, why couldn't Jesus be black? He could be black. Because he walked on water because he couldn't swim. Mark Bailey, Mike Miller, Yahoo.com. Not funny.